Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about Treyarch, who is now being exposed once again as Matt Scrance. He made a speech in the initial early stage of Black Ops 7, right, where they actually revealed that the type of skill-based matchmaking that would have launched with the game, well, basically that's not what the public got, right? So like I said, a clip is now going viral where Matt Scrance could be heard speaking on that. Also, I guess the Sbmm that we got in the beta, it's not the same that we obviously got when the game launched. So a lot of persons believe that Modern Warfare 4 is going to try to use that same shit as it relates to the beta and stuff like that. So they're going to basically pull a bait and switch, if you get what I'm saying. So when I read the story, guys, you'll get a better understanding. Y'all can let me know. But most persons, well, most content creators, I would say they are encouraging persons not to purchase Modern Warfare 4, because what you're going to get in the beta, the type of skill-based matchmaking, that's not what you're going to get whenever the game launches. Anyway guys, before I go any further in the topic, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, and make sure y'all turn the notification bell, put it on all, that way you can get notified whenever I post a new video. Alright guys, so let's get into this story, and I need everyone watching this video, comment to let me know, are you getting Modern Warfare 4, or are you just watching to see, you know, the complaints, the first week complaints, because there's definitely going to be some complaints. But anyways, the story is saying Call of Duty players were rug pulled again. Black Ops 7 matchmaking controversy exposed. Call of Duty is facing another major backlash over matchmaking, with players accusing Activision and the developers of misleading the community about the matchmaking experience promised for Black Ops 7. At the center of the controversy is a statement made by Treyarch developer Matt Scrance ahead of the game's launch. Scrance explained that the matchmaking system introduced during the Black Ops 7 beta, described as classic matchmaking, where skill was minimally considered, would become the standard matchmaking system for Black Ops 7 multiplayer at launch. That statement has now come back under intense scrutiny. The reason is simple. Many players believe the matchmaking experience they received when Black Ops 7 officially launched was not the same experience they had during the beta. The controversy becomes even more complicated when looking at the terminology Activision and the developers have used throughout the game's life cycle. The beta matchmaking was described as a classic matchmaking, with skill playing a minimal role, but after Black Ops 7 launch, the terminology surrounding matchmaking changed, while players continue to report that the experience wasn't comparable to what they had during the beta. Then, on July the 22nd, 2026, another major matchmaking change arrived. Activision announced that an open match pit would feature classic matchmaking, once again describing the system as one where skill is minimally considered. For many players, that immediately raised an obvious question. Was this actually the same matchmaking that was introduced during the Black Ops 7 beta? That question has become one of the biggest points of contention. Critics argue that the community was effectively given one matchmaking experience during the beta, received a different experience after launch, and was then presented with another system months later under the classic matchmaking name. In other words, players believe their experience was a rug pull followed by another rug pull, and the issue isn't necessarily that matchmaking changed. The bigger problem is the lack of clarity. Call of Duty's matchmaking terminology has become increasingly difficult for ordinary players to understand, with terms such as open matchmaking, classic matchmaking, skill-based matchmaking, and minimal skill consideration being used at different points. That has left growing numbers of players questioning exactly how much skill is actually being considered when they enter a multiplayer lobby. The original statements from Treyarch particularly important because of how carefully it was worded. The developer said the beta's matchmaking would become the standard for Black Ops 7 multiplayer on launch. That distinction matters because it did not necessarily promise that the system would remain unchanged for the entire lifespan of the game, and months later the matchmaking system was changed again. This has led to accusation that Activision knew the matchmaking system could eventually change while allowing players to believe they were getting something much more permanent. There is also a larger debate surrounding Infinity Ward and its historical influence on Call of Duty's matchmaking philosophy. Former Infinity Ward developer Brian Bright previously discussed the studio's push towards faster matchmaking and stronger skill-based team balancing, adding fuel to the argument that Infinity Ward has played an important role in the evolution of Call of Duty's matchmaking. That history has caused some players to question whether the Black Ops 7 situation is really just a Treyarch issue. There is growing speculation that Black Ops 7 could have been used to test different matchmaking approaches ahead of Modern Warfare 4. The theory is that Black Ops 7 could absorb the backlash, while Infinity Reward prepares a different matchmaking system for the next Call of Duty. There is no definitive evidence proving that Activision is deliberately following that exact strategy, but the theory has gained attention because of the timing of the matchmaking changes and the continuing controversy surrounding the franchise. Some players are now predicting that Modern Warfare 4 could launch with significant softer matchmaking, receive praise from the community, and potentially see its matchmaking adjust later in the game life cycle. If that happens, it would reinforce the growing belief that Call of Duty's matchmaking system are being changed strategically from one game to another, and this is where the controversy becomes much bigger than Black Ops 7. The biggest issue facing Call of Duty may no longer be whether skill-based matchmaking exists, it may be whether players trust Activision and the developers when they explain how matchmaking works. For years, players have complained about increasingly sweaty lobbies, inconsistent matchmaking experiences, and the feeling that every new Call of Duty eventually changes after launch. Black Ops 7 has now added another layer to the frustration. Players were showing one matchmaking experience during the beta, told that it would become the standard at launch, and then watch the matchmaking system evolve again afterwards. Now with Modern Warfare 4 approaching, many players aren't willing to simply take another promise at face value. They want details, they want transparency, and most importantly, they want to know the matchmaking system they promised before purchasing the game will actually remain that way after launch. The continuing popularity of older Call of Duty titles have also made the comparisons more obvious. Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 continue to attract players because their multiplayer experience aren't constantly being reshaped by modern live service systems. For some long-time Call of Duty fans, that simplicity is exactly what they've been missing. The Black Ops 7 matchmaking controversy, therefore, represents something much bigger than another argument over Sbmm. It's about trust. If Activision wants players to believe that Modern Warfare 4 will deliver a better matchmaking experience, another carefully worded announcement may not be enough. The community is increasingly demanding transparency and consistency because after what happened with Black Ops 7, players aren't just asking what matchmaking Call of Duty is giving them, they're asking how long they're actually going to be allowed to keep it, which is definitely very sad, right? Why can't they just make the skill-based matchmaking one way and just use it for all Call of Duty, right? I mean, players do not like sweaty lobbies. I definitely don't like sweaty lobbies. I'm gonna tell you all that. And I'm not the best player at Call of Duty, but I'm saying no one likes to just sweat constantly. You're being placed against level 1000, 15 prestige, just shit like that constantly. I mean, yes, if you play once in a while against a lobby full of sweat, that's cool. But if you're gonna be doing back-to-back games, it's obviously gonna be a turn off for you. And that's why Call of Duty constantly loses players. That's the reason why. And this is another reason why persons are going back to a 15-year-old Call of Duty. Can you imagine a game that came out 15 years ago is attracting so many players? No one wants to play the new one, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing that's going to happen with Modern Warfare 4. Now bear in mind, these games that Call of Duty is making, they aren't really bad, right? Except for like maybe the movements. If you like the jump sliding type of movements, then that's okay. But apart from the movements, right, the biggest issue is the skill-based matchmaking. I think if we really had the classic minimalistic skill-based matchmaking, I think more persons would be open to try to play the Call of Duty with the futuristic movements. I'm telling y'all. But anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and thanks for watching the video, and let me know if you are going to get this Call of Duty that's coming up, or are you going to pass on it? Are you going to just I was watching Blame Truth video. Blame Truth, he said he got like a couple of beta codes that allows him to get the Call of Duty to play the Call of Duty beta, but he doubts he's gonna he's gonna buy the full game when it comes out. And he didn't buy Call of Duty Black Ops 7, so obviously he can definitely do without buying the new one, and obviously he's still gonna make content on it. That's what he says. And I'm gonna buy it though, guys. I'm not sure how long I'll be playing it, but I'm definitely gonna buy it, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on it. Yeah, so that's it. But of course, Grand Theft Auto 6, that's the game a lot of persons is talking about. Even Call of Duty fans are excited for for Grand Theft Auto 6. Anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think about Treyarch giving us another rug pull. Rug pull behind rug pull, and that whole situation. Thank y'all for watching the video, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Stay safe. Peace.